Welcome to the bar. I'm Mikey,
And I'm Zach. Grab yourself a drink.
and come take a seat, bro.
This is Hangover Hotline.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Hangover Hotline. Today, I have a guest. This is Jack. He's joining me today. Zach is clearly on vacation, just like the weekend before. He had a guest on, so this is going to be my guest. It flip-flops, clearly. But today, we're going over Torpedo. Is it Torpedo or
Torpedo.
Torpedo?
Oh.
Torpedo.
I didn't
Like a pedophile.
I didn't think about that.
Torpedo or Torpedo. Anyways, this is an IPA. He chose an IPA. You don't really drink IPAs, though, do you?
No, but you got me hooked on it.
Yeah, I kind of threw the today's sponsor at him, Voodoo Ranger. Dude, you let me in on that shit. Yeah, it's a Torpedo Extra IPA. Does that say extra?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking try it out. We've been dying to fucking drink too. Like, I was doing house shit. The wife was out shopping and stuff, and we were sitting there like, dude, I can go for a beer. We gotta do the podcast. It's gotta be the right way. It's gotta be a specific way. So
Alcoholics, man.
yeah. Hoppy.
I mean,
This is probably not your best for one of your first IPAs.
no.
It's like the Hopsecutioner. Hopsecutioner is pure hops. Like
Yeah.
that taste you feel,
Yeah.
and that taste you're getting, that's the hops in it. That's what IPAs are about.
I don't know. I kind of like it. It's different for me.
It's not as hoppy as the Hopsecutioner. So if y'all watched one of our last ones that we did, or if you watched the Hopsecutioner that we did an episode on Hopsecutioner. And Hopsecutioner is what it is. It's a Hopsecutioner, so it's straight fucking hops. Straight hops. Like that taste you're getting.
Yeah.
It's that, but times like 10 compared to this.
Oof.
Like, it's super fucking hoppy. That one I rated decently. I think it was like a 6 or a 7. It wasn't that great. But it's super hoppy. This one,
It has a sweet taste to it, honestly. If you focus in on it, it has a sweet kind of citrus taste to it.
has a little bit of flavor. I didn't have no flavor with the Hopsecutioner. It was terrapin. So for you, let me explain. I'm gonna explain to him how we rate our alcohol, and so y'all can hear it again. We rate our alcohol on, if you could think of the best beer in the world, like the greatest alcoholic beverage or greatest beer you could ever taste, and the worst you could ever taste. Like fucking the 40s that you get from the gas station type shit is the worst. And then like a fucking $1,000 single beer that has like everything you would ever dream of in a beer is 10. So on this, we never rate 10s.
So for me, it's going to be different because
You're not used to IPAs.
I just got into IPAs. So my daily drink for going to beer was
Budweiser, right?
Budweiser. Mm-hmm. So
This is thick.
compared to Budweiser,
Yeah,
the
this
things
is thick.
I'm used to.
It's not like water.
Even when I had that that Voodoo Ranger the other day, this is Phil stickers.
Completely different IPA.
Yeah,
The Voodoo Rangers don't have tons of hops in them. At least the flavor that we had. We had the Imperials. Yeah, what would you rate it for flavor?
for flavor, probably give it a solid 6, 7.
Keep it 6.5. You want to say 6.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For me, for my IPA drinking, this isn't bad. I would say this is in between the Hopsecutioner and the Voodoo Ranger when it comes to the hops. The Voodoo Ranger doesn't have a lot of hops at all, especially the fruity haze I had. I was like really fruity. I really want you to fucking try that one. It was really fruity. No, like there was like no hops in it.
Okay.
This one has a lot of hops. So honestly, I rate this a 6.5 too. Straight up. 6.5. It's 6.5.
For the first time, picking an IPA, I don't think it's
7. No, I'd give this bitch a 7. Yeah.
For a first IPA that I picked out.
Yeah, he picked this one out. He wanted to try an IPA. He's never had this before. I've never had this before. So usually one of us have had it before. Not usually, but sometimes. This isn't bad. But for me, if I'm drinking this, I wouldn't fucking drink it while I'm mowing the lawn. It's just isn't one of the beers I would drink mowing the lawn. I wouldn't even drink it. I might have it at the bar.
For mowing the lawn, that's a
Budweiser. Because it's like water.
No, I got one even better. You ever had Natterday?
Natterdy's, yes.
It's like a lemonade beer. Or a pink lemonade beer.
Yep, I've had that. Those are fucking... Those are...
I tell you what, water. Go down and you can drink and drink and drink and not...
Yep.
Not feel a thing.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad, but...
I don't like the aftertaste right now. After a couple sips, you can...
Oh, that's the hops. That's the hops. These, remember, these are... Oh, yeah, these... So, for the nutrition facts and the... purest ingredients. Family owned, operated, and argued over. That's a good one. Finest quality. This beer comes out of Sierra Nevada Brewing Company in Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina. Oh, based out of North Carolina. It has 7.2% by volume. So the Voodoo Rangers that doesn't have as many hops has 9%. So in terms of getting drunk off of this compared to the Voodoo Rangers that don't have as many hops, I would definitely go for a Voodoo Ranger, 100%. Yeah, these aren't, I mean, they're not bad. 7.2%. I think it's a little too much hops. Like, if I'm going for straight hops, like fucking, I'm thinking like 12% if I'm tasting this many hops.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, on the back label, it does say we take hops seriously. So.
Yeah. So in Sierra Nevada, we take hops seriously. Torpedo Extra IPA starts with the world's finest whole cone hops and intensifies their flavors with a little magic from our hop torpedo. The torpedo is a revolutionary method of dry hopping that brings this beer alive in a rush of complex hop aromas and flavors not found in any other beer. What's the carb count, though?
I don't think you want to know.
Do they usually have a carb count?
Typical beers do, yes.
They don't want to tell us. Because usually I also do.
It might be on the
carbs
box.
And shit. So whenever we did... Oh, yeah, it might be on the box. We also did a seltzer. Actually, so you guys know, the seltzer review we did actually got scrapped because it was bad. That was our first ever episode we recorded, and it was fucked. But when we did the seltzer, we basically rated it because seltzers don't have a lot of carbs in them, you know? So while I was deployed, all I drank were seltzers. We didn't have liquor, we didn't have good beers, and seltzers were the way to go because they were cheap. They had 5% alcohol, and you could down them because they were seltzers. They were like fucking water, like soda.
I've tried one seltzer, and it's not for me. And I heard while you're on deployment or whatever the fuck, you know the beers go for maybe like $8 a pop, if not more.
In the bar, yeah. In the bar.
You know, in my opinion, no beer's worth $8 damn dollars.
Fuck no.
No common beer like Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite.
Absolutely not. No. I would never pay $8 for a beer. I mean, well, I say that, but I did. But no, I mean, like, we would buy packs at the PX and shit.
Yeah.
The store on base. But I mean, after getting home and drinking seltzer at home, when I had my liquor, I had any type of beer I wanted. Mm-hmm. I hated it.
Really?
In that episode, I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, this is nasty. But over there, I fucking loved them. And I expected to come home and drink pure seltzers all the time.
It's probably because, you know, you're over there and that's the only thing you can get your hands on, you know.
But I also had Blue Moon, which was my favorite beer. Blue Moon is all I used to drink. The only beer I would drink. Only beer. Until I was introduced to today's sponsor, Voodoo Ranger. I'm never going to stop doing that. But yeah, fucking... It just wasn't right, you know? It didn't taste the same as it did over there.
No.
At all.
You know, this is the second time, you know, I tried getting into IPAs. First time was with my dad. My dad, that's all he drinks.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
My dad's a Blue Moon guy. I mean, he painted that right there. He loves fucking Blue Moon.
No, my dad, he loves his IPAs because you know, the town that my dad's from, it's a small town in North Carolina. It's about maybe an hour and a half from where here. And they have a brewing company that's just in walking distance.
Oh, it's kind of like the Moonshine Company back home.
In fact, some of the beers are actually going around. They actually sell them in Food Line, Walmart.
What are they called?
The brewing company was I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But one time I had IPAs with him and his friends.
It was a local IPA.
Yeah. And these guys, you know, they make this, you know, 7.2, you know, percent look like a little baby.
Yeah.
And well, during the time they had this mechanical shark, like bull riding.
Oh yeah.
Mechanical bull.
Okay.
So they had a mechanical shark.
Never heard of that.
My dude.
Fuck.
I tell you what, it's fun.
Since when do you ride sharks though? I mean, people ride bulls in competition, but
Hey, you gotta risk it for the biscuit, you understand? But one of his friends got me some a drink, you know, and this is before we, you know, because he called me out saying he could last longer and whatnot, and you know me better than all people. I ain't gonna back down.
no.
And well, I didn't know his game plan. His game plan was to get me drunk as hell, but I can't hold on. Let alone,
Oh my god.
Let alone I held on. I was not the first. I was second place.
Jesus.
But I tell you what though, I was drunk off IPAs. He like, after like not even finishing one, bring me another one. After chug that one, start on the other one, and it was back to back. I probably had like maybe 20 IPAs. So I was not, I was not able to walk.
Oh my god.
So we got carried back to the house, laid down on the couch, didn't move for the next like 13, 14 hours.
I swear though, when a normal beer like Blue Moon says 5%, right? And then IPA says 6%, or even if it says 5%,
Yeah.
you'll get drunker off of the IPA. And I don't know if it's just the way fucking IPAs are made that makes like the alcohol different, but like I'll get sloshed off IPAs easy, quick, fucking like top tier type shit.
Oh shit.
But with like whenever I drink my Blue Moons, like it ain't it. Like I'm into VR, right? So I do poker VR
No.
sometimes, and the difference between doing a Blue Moon and a Voodoo Ranger or any IPA, it doesn't have to be 9%. It can be 6%, 7%. Originally, if you really think about it, so if you drink a 9% IPA compared to a 4.5 or 5% beer, one IPA of that 9% is basically 2 of the other one.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Budweiser is my daily drink. That's what, 4.9?
Something like that, yeah.
This is 7.2. Like, that's damn near half.
Yeah, almost. I mean, these are almost doubled of a normal one.
Yeah.
But you can drink it just as fast. And it's funny because actually thinking about it now, this bottle, if you look, it looks like a chode. It's like smaller than fucking normal bottles.
But
And you
still-
usually see me drinking out of a mug, but that's usually whenever we have cans, and we usually do have cans. But these bottles are short. They're short and fat, but it has the same amount as other beers that are bottled.
That's what
12 fluid ounces.
That's what amazes me about not the cans. It's the beer bottles. They come in all kind of shapes, sizes, thicknesses, or whatever you want to call them. Whatever you want to say.
Girth.
The girth of it. Yes.
Like the girth of his dick. Yeah, I
But
mean, they come in. Yeah.
It amazes me. That how? Like if you take a normal
Why?
Budweiser bottle,
It's tall and skinny.
it's at least
It's tall and
up
skinny.
to here.
Or like the aluminum ones. You know the aluminum
Oh, those things are tall.
bottles? Why? When you can just do cans? I think it's to make it easier for people because I don't like drinking out of cans. I just don't. The only times I like drinking out of cans is when I'm shotgunning the bitch. That's about it.
For me, I'm different. The only time I like drinking out of cans is if I'm doing any yard work, and two, if I'm doing
That
anything.
seems like a can job, yeah.
If I'm doing anything working on any kind of vehicle. Because for one, all I gotta do is crack it open.
True. I mean, then again, with these, you just gotta pop it.
Well, yeah. But it's easier to.
Sometimes you don't need a tool though, like this guy. So that's true.
But
Talking about these, have you seen the crayon-looking one? I've seen it on TikTok.
with who was it by?
No, it was just on TikTok.
Yeah, no. Who was it with though?
I don't know, but it was a crayon pack that was in the shape, or it was a crayon pack that was a bottle opener, and on the back it had the EGA on it, United States Marine Corps.
I haven't seen that one, but
It was cool as
I've
fuck.
seen another one. So no shit. So it's almost like the size of this one, but it's a crayon, and at the base of the crayon,
Oh, so it's a whole crayon.
yeah,
Fuck.
and
Sorry, guys.
well, if I want, thinking about getting one, but I don't know.
Just so y'all know, I'm about to go into a fucking TikTok rant again. So I just remembered I forgot to go live on TikTok. I usually go live on TikTok whenever I'm we're recording these podcasts. Try to get the word out there more. But
Just don't forget to tag me in it.
well, I don't think I can. I don't know if you can.
Well,
TikTok is weird.
Okay,
man.
so yeah, no, they wouldn't be able to tag me. You won't be able to tag me in it. But we can do. I can say, hey, this is my TikTok. Go shout out your boy, cause I mean, all I do. So
You are in the podcast.
Yeah.
What we can do is we can link your TikTok and your socials in the video too.
gotcha. Yeah.
So
I noticed this. I'm a very big car guy. You know this, or rebuilding, restorations, all that stuff. Between what you post and what you do is different compared to me. And
dogs are going nuts. Can't stand it.
have you noticed that though?
What?
So you know how big the car group in TikTok, right?
No, I see the bike group in TikTok because I'm a bike guy.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I also see the car group because I'm huge into cars. So I definitely see best of both worlds. But for me, I mean, like if you want to go on that talk about bikes versus cars, the bike community is 1,000 times better, in my opinion, than the car community. Not in my opinion, because I've been in both worlds.
Okay, so this is where I think I draw. That line is kind of put. So for bikes, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, give and take. Both communities can do a significant amount to both vehicles.
Right.
It's just one is a lot quicker than the other. You can put more detail into the body work in one portion, which is going to be the vehicle compared to the motorcycle.
So one of my buddies actually told me, he told me that, so he rode bikes, right? And he drove cars. He's huge into both. He was, until he got rid of his bike.
Right.
And the reasoning why he would rather be a car guy than a bike guy is because you can put a person in your passenger seat in a car and show them what you've done to it and how fast it is.
See, that's...
But in my opinion, for me personally, I don't give a fuck what other people think. I ride my bike for me, you know. Like, I'll ride alone and I don't give a shit.
How many people do you know that I've taken in my own vehicle? No one. It's my wife, one or two of the juniors just going to the store and back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
Me.
it. And you. That's literally it.
You don't show off. Like, you don't show your truck.
No, I don't. So, my truck is not really...
At a car meet, yeah. That's a point
my
of
truck
car
is
meet, too.
built for... So, I don't know if you know this, but I built that truck by my hands.
Yeah, you told me before.
Between me and my grandfather, we dumped a significant amount of money. We built the truck to what I wanted it to be for right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have plans for it in the future? Oh, yeah. As you already know, I'm planning on throwing twin turbos on it.
It'd be insanity.
That truck's gonna be out the wazoo. I'm gonna be going mock motherfucking Jesus up in them.
Motherfucking Jesus.
Like, it's right now I can consider it a daily driver, even though the gas mileage, I can fill up one day. So say I fill up on a Monday, I would have to fill up on a Wednesday morning going into work.
Fuck that, dude.
And that's a full tank, and I have a 15-gallon tank.
Fuck that. That's like a whole paycheck.
So I did the math. Bear with me. Trust me, I did the math. There's a reason why I'm.
Let's hear it.
So to fill up my tank on when the gas light comes on, it takes $70 to fill up. If I have to fill up every 2-3 days, right? A week, that's maybe $140, if not $200, a little over $200.
Fuck.
So every pay period, every 2 weeks, if I had you drive my truck every day for 2 weeks, I would estimate between $400 to $500. And well, like you said, that's half my paycheck.
That's a lot of fucking money.
And there's a reason why I want to do things with my truck right now, like the twin turbos, doing stage 3 cam, because with the gas mileage I'm getting now, it's not going to benefit me driving it every day.
Yeah.
So if I can make it into a truck that I have, a strictly drag strip or,
Yep.
the only legally racing, let me, specify that now. Legally.
I've never got mock Jesus on my bike on the streets, I swear.
I beg to differ.
I mean, like, that's another thing that I love about bikes is that I can spend $15 to fill up my tank and it lasts me a fucking week.
What is your opinion?
It lasts me a week, right? For fucking riding around to work and back, all that kind of shit. A week, sometimes can go a week and a half.
My opinion, I'm gonna stop you right there. You can use both TikTok and your podcast to both benefit each other.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, but you got to interact with both of them in order to make that happen.
Well, I can't. So I'll do. I need to do TikTok more. I don't post at all. I need to post more. Which usually, like, fucking, there's been times where I've had 100+ people in the live while I'm doing the podcast, and they'll fucking jump over to the channel.
See, I wouldn't know that live because I only got 100 followers. I'm trying, but the car community does not really look at my truck like that just because.
True.
Hey, apparently, if somebody else builds your vehicle, that's more important.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Have you ever heard of the saying, birdie time is birdie time? So, I learned the saying through, over the years before the Marine Corps, I did lawn care, right? Me and my boss, okay, don't change your opinion on me on this one, all right?
Okay, here we go.
When we did lawn care,
Changed. Opinions changed. You did lawn care.
okay, but we did really good in lawn care, especially, you know, considering that we went from, you know, one local area. So we were in Fuquay Arena. We went from Fuquay to expanding our customers all the way out to maybe 150, 200 miles.
Jesus.
And every day we had maybe 30, 40 customers. And that's between me going to, you know, this is back in high school. So me getting
Right.
off and maybe, fuck, I don't remember what time high school gets off. It's been so long.
3
So
3 o'clock.
So let's say it's 3, right? Mm-hmm. Between 3 and dusk, we would have to get between 30 and 40 customers done.
Fucking hell.
But between every customer we had, my boss would say, "It's birdie time." You know, the first time hearing it, I was like, "What the fuck is this dude talking
What, does that
about?"
mean fucking chugging a beer? Because
No.
it's working?
He said it's. So he said it means it's beer 30. And so I kind of
Damn.
picked up that and was like, you know, in the Marine Corps, right? I'm a functioning alcoholic. We
fuck.
both.
I mean, who isn't?
No,
What Marine is it?
we already know there's one in the shop. But
No,
anyway,
facts.
we're gonna skip
Pussy
that.
hole.
Pussy part, correction. But I picked up on it, and every time you occasionally hear me say it's birdie fucking time. That means I'm on a fucking beer. I'm done with the fucking today. Fuck this, man. You know.
Yeah, right.
And well, it's birdie time. I'm out.
Oh, birdie time. Hey, Tom, can you get us some beers? Tom's going to bring us some more beers. That's one down. And we're what? About 25 minutes into the podcast. So far, after one, I'm feeling
I'm feeling all right.
Yeah. I'm feeling good.
You know.
This isn't bad to get us drunk. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm not feeling bad at all.
No, you know, for a guy that drinks Budweiser 4.9%, you know, it don't take much for me, drinking IPAs, anything above 4.9 to, get drunk. But, I'm not feeling too bad right now.
Oh no, these are pretty good with the alcohol. I mean, normal beers will have fucking 5%. These guys have 7.2. Now,
Yeah.
the Voodoo Rangers I drink have 9%. Think
Is
about
that what I
shit.
had the other night?
Yeah. It was 9%.
I'll tell you what. If it wasn't for, eating something, putting something on my stomach,
You probably
That
would have
second
fucking
beer?
lost in the sauce. Lost
know,
in the sauce.
that first beer when drinking on an empty stomach, with it being
Oh,
9%,
yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
God.
double what I usually drink in one beer, right? It kind of put me on an offset. And
Yeah, it's not good. Drinking IPAs on an empty stomach are not good. They make you fucking nauseous.
don't be saying that, because we're doing that right now.
I ate a little bit though. We had the chicken.
Actually, no.
The
We had
fire
chicken.
ass chicken.
Oh,
Guys.
hey, I tell you what though. I consider myself like a grill master in my own household. But I tell you what, this chicken that he had cooked the other night, mwah.
Now, let me say this. The chicken was bad. Okay? The chicken, the fillets of it.
Oh,
They were small.
Yes.
They were small.
I
I got them from Sam's Club, big package. Well, it was like a normal package you can get from Walmart. But the fillets were small, and I didn't expect them to be small. They weren't really meant for grilling. They weren't like thick thighs, so like.
So those were more meant for, in my opinion, for what's that damn thing called? You put it in a damn, and you shove it in, and you
Air fryer?
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
There you go.
Mhm. Like making chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were small. They were meant for other things, but the seasoning I got from Sam's Club. What was it called again?
It was something with a hardwood smoke.
Hardwood smoke, something like that. And it was
Highly recommend that for anybody that's that likes grilling. That hardwood smoke kind of
it turned that shitty chicken fillet into fucking fine wine, like water to wine.
Yes.
Like it really did. It put so much flavor in those little fucking chickies that I would have shoved one up my ass to taste it better. Like shit was fucking good. It really was good.
So-
and it's not my cooking. It was the seasoning. It was 100% the seasoning.
You know, when it comes to grilling, yeah, I cook the meat, but for me, I'm not the one doing the cooking because I didn't design or make that seasoning.
That's why I love making my steaks, because I have my own mixture for the marinade. I do my own marinade. Like my dad, he does his Dale's marinade. So it's already like a pre-mixture of like Worcestershire sauce and all kinds of other shit, and you just pour it in the bag. That's it. For me, I'll tell you all my secret ingredient. Okay, I'll tell you too. That's what I'm doing tonight because we're grilling steaks tonight.
Hey, everybody take notes.
So it's like Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar. That's the only liquid. And you fill it up enough with that liquid to cover the steak while it's sitting on the side.
Similar
and
to
then,
what your dad did.
No, my dad didn't do that. He did Dale's. He did something simple.
I thought he did the Worcestershires.
No, he did the Dale's. He got the Dale's.
Okay.
So because we didn't have enough Dale's for all the steaks.
Yeah.
So he did that on the side for the girls.
Yeah.
He did the girls like that. And so Worcestershire sauce, balsamic vinegar, garlic powder, onion powder, fuck is it? And then it was like a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning or whatever seasoning you want. So you do have a seasoning you choose, but it's not the pure marinade. That makes it so I mix that shit. You could just do what I said and not the steak seasoning.
Right.
And it still tastes fire. But I marinate that for so long. And then whenever I throw it on the grill, no seasoning goes on top. Take it straight out of the bag, straight on the grill. No seasoning. And I will eat that shit. Like, a lot of people won't eat fucking, they won't eat steak without A1 sauce. Like my wife, she won't eat steak without A1 sauce.
Right.
I will never eat steak with A1 sauce or any sauce. I always eat it straight.
So, depending on how the steak is made is when I introduce the A1 sauce.
Why? So when you do the A1 sauce, when you decide to do that, what does that tell you? That tells you the marinade or the seasoning was not good enough. Because you're adding more flavor to it.
It's not even that. Yeah, you're adding more flavor to it. But in my opinion, for a guy that grills my own kind of way, and you know me, I like my dry rub. I do dry rubs. I let it sit in its own juice for maybe a day and a half. And if I have to introduce the A1 sauce to a steak, that means A, there was not enough seasoning, or B,
Seasoning wasn't good enough?
or the seasoning wasn't good enough.
That's why I never eat A1 sauce with my steak. And you won't. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the A1 sauce, and if you use it, then I'll adjust and I'll do better next time.
The only time I have ever used A1 sauce is I should say, basically when I'm in a restaurant. Because
they don't really, they don't ever put any seasoning on it.
No, not
What I know
at all.
is they never put any seasoning on it unless they have a special steak with seasoning on it.
You know what I noticed? So I had a buddy that worked in a restaurant. One like Logan's Texas Roadhouse. One of the ones that actually is known for their steaks, right?
Steakhouse.
And so I had their steaks, one of their signature ones, and I was like, "Hey, can you season it? Whatever, make sure it tastes good." And well, they seasoned it, did whatever they did, cooked it to where I like it, the medium rare. And so at my first bite, I'm very particular about how my steak is grilled, how, if it's rare, medium rare,
Right.
whatever. But I took a bite out of it. And, well, for one, they overcooked it. Two,
Send that bitch back in a new steak. I don't do that. I don't fuck with that. I've done that many times.
and two, it's almost like they didn't season it. They just threw it on the grill and used whatever seasoning they had on the grill to the steak prior. So I asked my buddy, I was like, hey, you know the chef, right? How does he cook his steaks? And he was like, well, I noticed some days that, you know, he seasons every steak before it goes on the grill. And then he cleans it before putting the new steak on. But then he said, but also we had, you know, different shifts, right? He said the next shift, chef, he used the seasonings that were already burnt on the grill.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And I was like,
That's horrible.
so I asked him, I was like, what shift was he on this day? He's like, I shit you not. He said he was on, you know, I went between, let's say, 4 and like closing. And that's the shift that he was on that day. And I was like, so you telling me I had a steak with some burnt ass seasoning with no flavor? He's like, potentially, yes.
Oh.
So I was like, noted. You let me know next time when he's on the shift, so I don't go during that time.
That's horrible. I can't stand. I mean, like that's why I don't eat like fast food and shit. I hate it. I hate eating fast food because they don't give a fuck. For one, for two, there's so many preservatives and shitty stuff in their food. And when they do cook it, it's either frozen, they just slap it in the microwave or on the grill for a quick second to heat it up, and then they throw it on your buns. And they will, in good restaurants, do the same shit. And I've seen it with many different things. Like, I was in a restaurant once right before they closed, and when my steak came out, that shit was like just seared. I asked for medium rare. That shit was seared. I'm gonna cut you off because that shit was fucking seared. That's it. I asked for medium rare. Sometimes I'll eat rare. Sometimes I'll eat fucking medium rare. But when this day, I wanted fucking medium rare, and this bitch brought me out a fucking cow. He just cut off a piece of cow and gave it to me. I swear to God, dude.
Oh,
like,
man.
Shit was like, I cut into it, I ate a piece, and I was like, this bitch still moving. Try it again.
It's still moving.
Fucking, I sent that bitch back 3 times. 3 times. I swear to God, he took it back there, stuck it in the microwave. Like, that's how I felt.
I tell you what, when it comes to, you know,
Motherfuckers.
the only time I like my cow is mooing is when it comes to hamburgers, right? I love my hamburgers bloody. I don't know what it is.
Wait, like not even fucking cooked? Hamburgers are the ones you don't want that.
No.
Steaks you do.
So this is how I cook my hamburgers, right? I throw it on the grill.
And then take it right back off.
I sear it for like a minute, put it back on the other side, sear it for a minute, take it off. Okay, occasionally I get a little special one, especially when, so I like smoking things.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially with cherry, hickory, or what's the other one?
Cherry, hickory.
Mesquite. Right? I like smoking. Meats in general. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, a lot of people don't like it because you know what, it takes hours upon hours, right?
Oh, yeah, it takes fucking forever.
But when it comes to a hamburger, I sear it for a minute on each side. And then occasionally, you know, if I plan on smoking, I throw it on top of the top rack. Because my grill has that little shelf here.
Oh, no.
So, you know.
For the hot dogs.
Yeah. So I throw, like, typically I eat about 2-3 hamburgers. Mm-hmm. Depending on what my wife makes for a side. So I throw them on the top shelf. And my wife hates it. She hates it when I smoke. Because I tell you what, when she's hungry.
She's hungry. That's my wife. she was. So for this podcast, right? We're starting it late. It's like 8 o'clock at night. Okay. We usually start at 5 and go until like 6:30 to 7. It's 8 o'clock and we're not even halfway done. And she needed to go to the grocery store, so I need to watch my son. And so watching my son and shit, you know, I can't start the podcast. You know, I've got responsibilities. I'm a big boy. And she calls me while she's at the store. And she's like, so when are you going to start cooking? Like, what time are you going to start cooking? And I was like, Well, honey, I'm fucking waiting on you.
Not meant.
First off,
Not mentioned.
I'm waiting on you to take care of our son while I'm doing the podcast. And second off, you have the fucking charcoal for the grill. What do you mean? And I'm just like, huh, sweetheart, like, come on now. Like, women. Love them, but shit.
You love them and you hate them. You know, that's the thing. Love-hate relationship, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's that love-hate
You
relationship.
need them, but at the same time, you hate to be with them. I mean, that's a normal marriage, too. Normal relationship.
I mean, yeah. You already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't getting no details. But, you know,
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
I've been through it. Just about everybody's been through it.
And, you know, shit happens. But at this end of the day, it comes down to the point. If y'all both become mature, work things out,
Grow up, you know.
and be mature about everything. And
That's what matters.
that's what matters. But still, that doesn't change the
Doesn't
fact
mean I have to burn your fucking steak and chicken every time I cook it.
to the bone.
I'm just kidding. Love you, honey. Fuck.
But did I tell you the story about when I did a whole chicken? 2 whole chickens.
Yeah, and you had the competition and yours lost because you didn't cook it all the way. You try to give people salmonella and kill them.
Just because the chicken is not cooked all the way doesn't mean you're gonna get sick.
Salmonella is a real thing. It kills
Okay.
people.
Okay, yes, but I've had multiple occasions where I've had raw chicken. Not much. Let me state that now. Not much raw chicken.
Never do raw chicken. I won't. Contamination.
Let me say this now. Once you get to the raw chicken part, you're gonna be thinking that you're chewing on bubble gum.
Oh my god, I've had it before, and oh my god, like one thing when I'm cooking, I love organization. I swear, I'm OCD as fuck.
You've seen my work area.
I will fucking like even before this podcast, I wanted to clean the whole house, but we got a new member of the family, and she wouldn't let me do it. So, and then the wife said, "As long as you do this, I'll clean the floors." And I was like, "But I can't stand the floors just being in here." And so I fucking didn't clean the floors.
Yeah.
Now, those situations are different compared to my cooking, though. When I cook, there's no cross-contamination in the fucking kitchen. When I'm cooking chicken, I will touch the chicken and immediately wash my fucking hands. I will not touch anything else. I've watched too much Gordon Ramsay to fucking think of, oh, what if Gordon Ramsay was... I literally think, what if Gordon was watching? I'm like, oh, you want to kill these people, right? Like, I swear.
You know,
Like,
I'm the
it'll
exact
fucking hurt
opposite.
me.
I'm the exact opposite. You know why? What's going on the grill? What is getting cleaned?
The chicken, not your hands.
But still, what is getting cleaned? Everything you touch, right?
No.
Bullshit.
So if you touch your fucking... sorry, excuse me, guys. If you touch the handles on your fucking cabinets, after you touch this kitchen, is that going to go on the grill?
Look, depending on who cleans the house.
Is that going on the grill?
All right, that's not what I'm saying. Hear me out.
Take them off the hinges, throw them on the grill.
Hear me out. Just hear me out, right?
Fuck.
So for me, right, I hate...
Oh, you better hurry up.
Hey, look, I'm cruising. Shut up.
We got a surprise for y'all, and we have to finish these beers before we give this surprise to you guys.
Finish these two?
Yeah. And then we got a surprise.
Well, I'm a little under halfway.
Feeling good,
But
though.
just hear me out, right? Especially when I'm cooking anything that, it requires me to touch the meat. Because typically I use a mixing bowl, especially when it comes to like steak or...
I used a mixing bowl last night.
I don't know.
I was rushing.
Because you know what? That's a manly thing. That's a manly thing. Use your hands for everything, right?
Oh yeah. I still use my hands.
It's just like when you're jerking off, but you use your hand. You ain't gonna use no damn unless you one of them bougie motherfuckers.
You use a pocket pussy.
You get a pocket pussy.
That's just not. Just use the foreskin, dude. A little you have it left.
That's if you have it. But
Well, I mean, I got circumcised, but fucking even being circumcised, I can still use the skin.
yeah. But
Anyway, change topic.
back to the topic. I use my hands to because I'm the guy that I like to use my hands for mixing, making sure that my chicken's marinated all the way.
Breasts feel right.
You know, that's just who I am.
Did you get the
Yeah, I got what you
breasts, like chicken breasts and titties?
Yeah.
Anyways, carry on.
But if I'm touching something, like when it comes to a cabinet, and I know I've touched any raw meat, knowing my wife, I'm not going to touch that cabinet. Because she's going to be like, yo, why the fuck are you touching my shit? Because I don't know if you have the same setup here, but my area that I have that she has no control over is the garage.
Yep, that's me. She doesn't touch anything in the garage.
The only area that I don't have control over,
All my tools and shit.
the only area I don't have control over is the kitchen.
That's opposite. I have control of the garage and the kitchen.
Yeah, no, she does the cooking inside,
Really?
on the inside.
Mine doesn't either.
I do everything on the grill. So there's certain things that she likes I do on the grill. So like chicken is one of them. Because for one, except for the one time with Cajun seasoning, do not overdo the Cajun
It's
seasoning.
spicy. Oh, no.
It's not even that. It's not even that it's spicy. I like spicy food.
I do too. Oh, you need to have my fucking ramen. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
It's the fact that, I use so much Cajun seasoning in one chicken breast that it wasn't spicy. It was salty.
It just sucks.
And
It's too salty.
it was salty to the point where every bite you took, that the juices weren't enough. Because I got into the point where on my grill, I can cook. I know the time for the chicken, just by muscle memory. That I can take it off and it be moist. Nice and moist.
Oh, yeah. Juicy.
And
Moist. Moist is a fantastic word. Moist.
but she liked my chicken. But that one time that I did it, I shit you not, how salty the chicken was. Because of the Cajun seasoning, we had to drink at least a glass of water.
It's like after sex. I put that D in dehydration. Fuck.
Yeah.
Put that D up in that shit.
But going back to the, cooking the whole chicken, right?
Dude, you keep picking
So-
that up and not taking a swig. Take a swig. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, continue.
So I'm very passionate when it comes to grilling. You know this.
I know. He brought a whole fucking box of seasonings to my house today.
I had to show him what's up.
Which you did. I mean, he's a lot.
So, but I had the chicken marinating for, I think it was 24 hours, I think. I marinated the chicken, put it in the fridge, let the, obviously so this was, I'm going to say this now. My wife wanted to have a competition because I had a couple of buddies of mine coming over the next day. They wanted my grilling. My wife was like, I bet you my oven baked chicken is going to be better than your grilling. I was like, I'm not going to back down from no.
It's like microwaving a whole chicken.
Can you even do that?
Yes.
Really?
Dude, I grew up poor as fuck, so yes.
Okay. Well, wait. I'm not going to ask her. But she pretty much made it a competition. So I was like, all right, bet. Let's do this thing. So I asked her what seasoning she wanted, so she said it, and I put it on her and on the chicken that she was gonna oven bake, and set it in a different pan. And for my chicken, I like my dry rub, so I did my dry rub, and then I did some basil and oregano leaves on the inside, crushed up, so that it can like go through on top of my seasoning that I put on it. Because the seasoning I used was a cherry dry rub.
Okay. Cherry is good on chicken.
Especially when you smoke it, like you got the cherry dry rub and then you got the cherry chips.
Chips, yep.
Boy. But when it came down to it, the next day, as soon as I got off work, it was about maybe 2 o'clock because it was a holiday. I put the chicken on maybe about 4 o'clock. So it was on the grill until like 4 p.m. to maybe like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning.
Fuck.
And it was because when you think about grilling, you think about direct heat, right? I did indirect heat, so it extended it significantly.
Yeah.
So every couple hours, I would wake up or go check on the chicken, and if it needed to be flipped, rotated, or whatever, that's what I did.
Did you put it in a what's it called? A tinfoil container?
Negative. I
You
don't
just put it straight on the grill.
straight on the grill because it's indirect heat. You don't need
That's facts.
you don't need something underneath to keep the heat from going directly because it's indirect heat. But so mine was relatively long cooking compared to hers because she only typical chicken that you bake in the oven is what, maybe
an hour and a half,
hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah. And so once everything was done, you know, the size, the chicken on both ends, we didn't eat until like maybe 8 o'clock.
Fuck.
And well, we started cutting into it, and I started noticing some pink. And so my mind was like, "Oh fuck, I done fucked up this chicken."
Damn.
So what
that fucking hurts too.
it does,
That shit hurts so bad.
it does. But you know, I take this from a learning experience because on this grill, I got a new. It was a new grill.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe did direct heat on multiple occasions, so this indirect heat was kind of a test experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a learning curve.
Damn, worst time to do a competition was learning experience.
But hey, I had the best, you know, flavor chicken.
If his was fully cooked, he would have won. I know that much.
Apparently, for my friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I should say.
Wife is always right.
I should say my coworkers.
Yeah, I mean, like with me, like I use the fuck out of temperature gauges. The fuck out of them. I really do. Because for me, before I have this little device where I have these little plugs. I plug them into the meat and shit, and I'll watch the temperature inside the meat to make sure it's cooked at the perfect temperature. Before, I did it by, you know, what I knew from grilling. And I was pretty good. If I wanted medium rare or a rare steak, I could get it almost about 90% of the time. But with this thing, so much more leniency. Because I don't have to have a timer on, and I don't have to fucking be so focused on the meat. But when it comes to cooking a whole chicken, I'll still be so focused on the meat. Because it's also hard with those prongs, probably about this long that I use, you know, about the size of my dick. And if I shove that thing in there, it ain't gonna get all the way to the center. And also, it measures the temperature through the whole thing, like basically the average, I would say, or maybe the minimum over the whole prong. But like, if I did a whole chicken, and I'm pretty sure chicken to be fully cooked has to be at 180 degrees.
Something like that.
180, maybe 170. I don't fucking know. But let's say 180. Now, if the chicken says 180, the full chicken, when my whole entire prong is in there, but I don't feel comfortable that's all the way in the center, I'll cook it to 190. 190 to 200.
You know, that's a safe. That's a safe bet. You know, because when I usually cook, it's between the temperature of the grill. It's usually between 350 to 400. And I'll check on it, you know, for me, right, growing up grilling, especially with my dad, I'll check on it every 10 to 15 minutes. Doesn't matter what meat I'm cooking, beef, steak, you know, whatever. I would double, you know, I would check about 10 to 15 minutes. Right. And depending on, like, I don't know if you notice this, but when you're cooking chicken, right, you notice how it's soft and squishy?
Yeah.
Chicken kind of gets tender. Mm-hmm. You can check that by just using your tongs. And the same thing with steak.
Yeah.
And
Steak is really like. I
steak,
know my wife's is done when it's a brick.
steak is very, very
Touchy.
particular. How you say it?
Particular.
There you go. I can't. All right,
He
guys.
can't pronounce his R's, so when he says a rock, he says walk.
Yeah.
And it's a funny shit because today he was like, yeah, when I was a junior Marine, I was hazed by my corporals by organizing my walks. And I was like, how many walks you got? Like, how much fucking Chinese food do you fucking eat? Like,
You gotta start off with it. When we were in the what was it, Sam's Club yesterday?
yeah.
When I said what were we talking about? Because I said rock,
Yeah.
and I was with your wife, and your son, and your wife just dropped down and laughing.
She lost her shit, dude.
I-
She dropped to the floor.
I have my troubles pronouncing my R's, my W's, and there's a couple other things. For the longest time, I cannot lie about this. I shit you not. It took me so long to say caterpillar. Even till this day.
It's like me with monster. Like for my whole entire childhood, I've said monster.
Monster.
Monster. And even to high school, I said, like I want a monster. And then I was finally like, oh, I want a monster.
So-
Monster. I have to force myself to say monster.
So my old staff and CEO,
Dilstra.
my FA,
Dilstra.
Dilstra, right? For the longest time, how I said caterpillar,
Caterpillar.
I said caterpillar.
Fuck.
And it took me a year of, the guys that I worked with, the guys I was close with, to teach me how to say that word.
Jesus Christ.
And it was even worse when it came to, saying fire hydrant.
Fire
like,
hydrant.
I say
That's
fire,
so many R's.
I say fire hydrant. Now I can see,
It's like Southern for like saying oil, but I say oil.
oral,
I say oil.
oral.
Or like
You can-
oral sex.
You can, when I say oral, you can, like, depending on what, when you catch me, like, if I wake up in the morning, like, early morning, I say oral, like, with an R.
Mm-hmm.
But if you catch me, like, when I'm energized, up and moving, ready to go tackle the day, I can say the word oil. And
Weird.
it's crazy, because a lot of people say that's my southern accent.
Like my wife, she has a fucking hella Southern accent.
But it's crazy is, do you think I have a southern accent
I can't tell because your words are all fucked.
every day or what?
I can't really tell. I don't really see an accent. Like, you can see English people with an accent. Not like me right now. You can see a Russian person with accent. I mean, it kind of depends. If they can talk straight, then it's pretty easy. Now, if you have the Russian accent, then definitely I would be able to see that. But, I can't really tell. I can tell if you're from the north or the south. In all reality. Like, I can't tell if you dumped my tea in the fucking ocean or if you... Actually, they both did, so fuck this.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, they both dumped my tea in the ocean. It's like saying water bottle. Like fucking British people or Englishmen can't say water bottle. They have to say bottle.
Water
They
bottle.
can't pronounce for T's. Water bottle.
I never.
You can't take no. You can't take that. No, you can't take that shit. So they don't really say the T's.
So I never had, in my opinion, I never thought I had trouble saying water, right?
Water.
But thinking about what you just said, right? With how I have, like, because I grew up with a speech impediment, and I'm thinking that's causes the me having trouble saying my R's, my W's, and some other letters in the fucking alphabet.
Yeah.
So when I say water, I don't know if that sounds different compared to other people. Have you thought about how you sound and how you pronounce things to other people?
Yeah, so that's one thing that I really got in touch with on this podcast because I've realized what I hear, what I'm talking right now is 100% different than the way I actually sound to other people by listening back to my own voice on podcasts and shit, or like anything I record, or if I watch over a old stream that I did. I sound completely different, and it kind of depends on how drunk you are too, this is gonna make us more drunk.
Yeah.
Hey Tom, can we get a shot of Incinerator?
Oh boy.
So, Incinerator, we found this shot, and we want to try it. Now, when Tom gets it here, I'll explain it more to you. But it's basically Fireball on fucking steroids. It's what? Double the proof? Not double the proof.
So, originally it was gonna be Aftershock, remember?
Yeah, so
But they
Aftershock.
at this place, the ABC store that we went to,
They didn't have it.
they didn't have it. They didn't even know what Aftershock was. So I was like, how you not know what Aftershock
Appreciate
is?
it, man.
But he said, we got the Incinerator, and, well, it is 92%, and
Hey, can you get the bottle real quick?
it smells like Aftershock, but what would you say, less or more cinnamony?
It's more cinnamon. Cinnamon. So 91.1 proof Incinerator. It is pure cinnamon. Let me pull
Oh,
the
so
shot
it's
down.
91. I was wrong.
91.1 proof Incinerator. It's hot cinnamon whiskey. Hot. That's the key. If Fireball straight cinnamon whiskey. This is hot cinnamon whiskey, and I think that's why I smell a little bit of vodka in this bitch. When I just smelt it.
So when I smelled it, it didn't smell as cinnamony as the actual Fireball. It didn't smell as cinnamony or sweet.
Smells cinnamon.
I mean, yeah, you can smell the
Cinnamony?
cinnamon,
That's
but it
fuck.
doesn't smell as cinnamony as the actual, Fireball or Aftershock.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Okay.
If I was, I think I
it told me
would
to make sure. I just had to make sure.
Oh, it's better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah. 45.55% alcohol by volume. But this is it. We got our local ABC store. Let me see where this is from. Does it say? I've never seen this before.
No, I mean, I've never seen it before. Just don't.
Caramel color added. So this is not the normal color. So this is it. It's probably pure clear.
It's probably clear.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's definitely clear. But with these podcasts, sometimes we do shot rates as well. The bottle doesn't say where it's from and all that kind of stuff. But I'm hoping this shit's good, because if this is better than Fireball, I'm gonna shit a brick.
mean, it says 750 milliliter bottled by Lucky Distilling Company, Bardstown, Kentucky.
Bart's, where's this? I just
Kentucky.
read the whole fucking thing.
Right here.
Oh shit!
So it's from Kentucky. So honestly, I don't know about you, but anything from Kentucky, them motherfuckers like drinking whiskey. So
It's gonna be hard. Hey, can we get 2 beers? 2 more torpedoes?
we can either be
I
like,
gotta chase it, possibly. I don't know. We're gonna see.
hold on.
I probably we're gonna have to chase this bitch. I don't ever chase shots, because my chops are usually Jim Beam flavored or something flavored, or maybe Bird Dog is my shots, and I don't have to chase those because they're super flavorful. They're not fucking 90%. 90%. What is Everclear? What percentage is Everclear?
I want to say it's like
100 something.
I want to say 95.
No,
At
it's
least
100
minimum
something.
95.
100%. I know it's 100%, or 100 proof at least.
I've had some 100 proof fucking.
Let's fucking look it up, because I have the power to do that. So I'm gonna do that.
Hey, you God up in here.
Yeah, fucking, I do what the fuck I want. So fucking, what the shit? Okay.
I'm gonna say it's at least 95%, depending on who makes it.
Everclear proof. I was already there. 190 proof. What did I say, motherfucker?
Hey, look.
I want to say about 200 proof, but you were like making me rethink.
Oh yeah.
190 proof. So this is half an Everclear. The one time, I have a great story for that. The one time I actually took Everclear, One, I got fucked up off of one shot. One shot.
Seen
no
the proof
beer,
on 109
nothing.
proof. I don't doubt it, man.
Like, I fucking, one shot, I was gone for the rest of the night. Didn't drink anything else. Couldn't throw up. That was my problem. I could not throw up.
Let me guess, you were dry heaving.
Yes. I was like, fucking balloon. If you're watching this, dude, fucking, it was horrible. But hopefully, it doesn't go as planned. Oh, appreciate it, man. Or goes as planned. It doesn't go like fucking Everclear did.
Down south, yeah.
And if we need to chase it, we've got 2 IPAs that are fucking 7.2% to chase this shit. So either way, we're getting drunker no matter what. We're just gonna chase it.
I'm probably more, getting closer to that point just due to the fact that 4.9% is what I usually drink.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I probably stand up, I'm probably going down.
You're lost in the sauce.
I'm gonna say I'm lost in the sauce because I'm holding a conversation.
Yeah, you're gonna be lost in the sauce by
Probably
the end
after
of
the
this.
shot, yes.
But here's to our guest on Hangover Hotline, Jack. Thanks for coming and fucking being on here again. Still a new podcast. Hopefully, when it hits episode 150, some of you guys can look back and reminisce on these moments.
One thing I'd like to say, my family's from Sweden, so it's a Swedish tradition to say "skål."
School.
It means cheers.
I don't want to go to school.
Oh, I know you don't want to go to school. We're going to school next year in October.
God damn it. Don't remind me.
But skål.
School.
Best of luck. Oh. The fire.
The heat. The heat.
Oh.
Wow.
That. I would say this. That's worse than. I wouldn't say it's worse than Aftershock. If you can get your hands on Aftershock, I would do it.
Wow.
But that is the heat on that is worse than.
Fuck it, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say. I'm still trying
Absolutely
to.
not.
I'm still trying to.
Wow. That was not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. What surprised me was the heat.
The heat. It says hot cinnamon whiskey. Wow. I mean, like, compared to Fireball,
But what I don't.
it's not as thick.
No.
Nowhere near as thick.
No, but the back of the bottle says, "Incinerator, hot cinnamon whiskey serves up the heat," which it does. I can tell you that now, and I'm pretty sure Mikey here can tell you that. Mm-hmm. That kicks your glass. I'll tell you what, it kicks the glass.
Like, I felt the fire coming out of my fucking nose.
Yeah.
I felt the fire.
In the last bit of the sentence, or this little statement that I had, great as a chilled shot.
It's not chilled.
I beg to differ.
But it's not chilled.
But I tell you what, I think I might prefer that over Fireball.
Yes. I would prefer Incinerator over Fireball. And Fireball is a huge thing. Everybody knows about Fireball.
Everybody loves
Who
Fireball.
the fuck knows about Incinerator? But Incinerator it's not as thick as Fireball, first off.
It's not.
Second off, it really has that cinnamon hit.
So it's not as sweet. I'm gonna say that it's not
True.
as sweet.
It's not as sweet.
more. It's almost like they focus their attention on the cinnamony and the heat of the shot.
They really focused on the flavor of it.
And I would say this, if I was, I'm not really of a guy to drink liquor.
Look at the decal on it too, guys.
And the
Fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The detail is great. I love it.
And it's facts.
For me, right, drinking beer every day, Budweiser, the basic broke man shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't drink liquor like that for a couple reasons, personal reasons. I'm not gonna say. But it's honestly not bad of a shot, coming from my opinion on that.
It's not.
I would.
It really isn't.
I would honestly, drink it, because it was.
I would put that on ice and drink it throughout. No, I'm just kidding. I would not do that. I would take it as a shot though. If you're at a party, the time I would take shots of that is if I'm at a party and I want something to kick somebody in the fucking dick. If I want something that'll make people go, "What the fuck was that?" That is the drink. You can't do that with Patron nowadays because everybody's had Patron or tequila.
Or what's the other one? Hennessy.
Hennessy. So like this is something different. Now, I've never seen this before. This might not be in every ABC store, but if either one of you want to try the Torpedo or you want to try the Incinerator, fucking go to your local beer store or your ABC liquor store and request it. You can easily request shit. It's like, hey, can you order this shit?
I got the Torpedo from Food Line.
Food Line. I feel like I've seen it before too.
You probably have seen it when
have.
you know, because if Food Line carries it, 9 times out of 10.
Gas stations, fucking Walmart.
I wouldn't say gas station.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I would say more Walmart.
yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's not bad. Torpedo's not bad. Incinerator is not bad at all. These are good. I mean, mix together? No, I wouldn't mix them.
No.
As in mixing, I mean like drinking Torpedo and then taking a shot of this. Mixing it isn't that great because the hops and then the fire and the cinnamon and all of that shit just is not where it's at. So, I mean, for cinnamon or the incinerator, I would absolutely suggest you guys going to your ABC stores, getting yourself a bottle. It was $17. Okay, not expensive whiskey, and you could 100% fucking blow the minds out of people you're partying with.
Yeah,
easily. I mean, I felt that when I took the shot, I really tasted it. I let it sit in my mouth for a quick second, and I really tasted it. I did that whole number before I swallowed. I didn't just take it down. I really tasted it, and I felt it.
That's different for me. I you know, when it comes to shots, right? I just down the hatch. But I tell you what, I felt the heat as soon as it hit my tongue.
It fucking through the nose, through the throat, like
it went
heat.
It went everywhere. And I'll tell you what, if you like the heat,
you like my meat.
Yes,
fucking good rhyme there.
But the heat, if you like the heat of any kind of liquor or
a good shot that has something kicking, something
that is definitely something that
for a shot, for rating that for a shot off drunkenness because it's 91 proof. Remember, 91 proof, and for the flavor.
Yeah.
Fucking what is normal tequila? Hold on, I've got a bottle over here. Fucking Tom left me this shit. So Jose Cuervo, right? It's fucking tequila.
Probably the worst tequila out there.
80 proof.
Worst tequila out there.
80 proof. But it's tequila. 80 proof. Patron is what? 80, 90 maybe?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
This has pure flavor. This isn't straight tequila flavor. This is something that I could actually take shots of and not like whenever I fucking take a shot of Patron. You know? This shit's actually good. I would rate it a fucking 8.5. An 8.5 for a shot.
I'd have to,
and that is high.
I would have to agree with you on that. You know, with somebody that doesn't take shots or drink liquor like that, I would have to, you know, agree with you on that. And, you know, that's saying something. Especially with, you know, it doesn't say who.
I drink the fuck out of liquor, so.
You know, that's saying, you know, we're saying something from someone that doesn't drink liquor. You know, whoever created this drink, designed this drink, that's
dude. I would be fine with Incinerator. Fucking reaching out, or no, well, we reach out usually for sponsors, but I would be down to sponsor Incinerator. I would be. I thought that is different, and that is kicking, and they are not out there as much as Fireball. Which clearly their competition is Fireball.
Yeah.
And on this podcast, you know, we like to be straight and clear with things. And I've had Fireball many times. Maybe in the future, we'll get a thing of Fireball. And because that was originally what we were going to do too.
Yeah.
We were actually going to do
So it started with Aftershock, but as soon as we didn't find Aftershock, we were gonna go to Fireball.
Well, so for the beer, it started with Red's Apple Ale.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, Fireball, if you pour out a certain amount of the Red's Apple Ale, or Angry Orchard is what I usually do, and you fill it with Fireball, shit is busted. And it gets you fucked up. And then it changed, things moved, and then we went to the ABC store and we were like, fuck Fireball. Incinerator is Fireball, but
It's
looks,
new. It's new and it's something
never
new.
seen it before. It's something new. Something we could rate. You know, everybody knows what Fireball is. If we rate Fireball, they're not gonna give a fuck because they've already had it.
Yeah.
Incinerator, nobody's ever had, and I'm so fucking happy this guy fucking chose Incinerator.
You know, I don't disagree with everything you said, because originally, like I told you, you know, I was gonna do Aftershock because you never had Aftershock, and
So try it.
you know, I don't know what happened, but we went to the ABC store, couldn't find Aftershock, and the only thing that had that, you know, relatively close is Fireball, and what this guy said, Incinerator, and I was like, what the fuck is a Incinerator?
We're gonna have to go back to the ABC store and get Aftershock, and then one of our podcasts, we're gonna have you on a guest again, or a call-in, or something, and we're gonna try Aftershock.
Yeah, as soon
Because
as
now I mean, he's been telling me about Aftershock for fucking weeks, and I want to try it. It has crystals at the bottom of it.
So-
Like, what the fuck?
if y'all look up Aftershock on Google, if you scroll far enough, because I know they've, you know, everybody modifies everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they have, you know, since the last time I looked up Aftershock, they had a blue bottle of Aftershock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the blue bottle does. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the, you know, ingredients is. But the Aftershock I'm used to is like almost like a red, or
The cinnamon flavored
The cinnamon-
of Aftershock.
yeah, it almost looks like Aftershock, but right, but not as,
It almost tastes like Fireball.
yeah. But at the bottom you can see
the crystals.
it's in a rectangular bottle. At the bottom you can see a crystal-like substance, which is sugar. And well, with that bottle, once you finish it, there's a couple ways you can get the crystals. You can put it on a stove on a, you know, a dry pan, and it'll crack. There's certain ways you can look it up on YouTube, and you can find ways to get the crystals. But I've had the crystals a couple times, and I'll tell you what, taking the shot of Aftershock compared to the crystals,
It's kind of like
it's 2 times as worse.
It's kind of like, I'm gonna say it. It's kind of like when you smoke pot and you get that fucking the crystals of the weed. I forgot what it's called. It's been so long. Instead of the straight bud, you get the crystal-like substance. It's like that.
Yeah.
Is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Like the shit that you drizzle over the top to just make it.
Yeah. But if I do recommend, if you can find the bottle Aftershock, I do recommend getting that, and not, you know,
What's do you know the proof of it? Let me look it up. I've got it.
I was about to say, you got it.
Yeah. I will tell you right now, I am feeling this shot.
Oh,
It went from 0 to 100 real quick. There you go. Proof. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. 80 proof. So
So-
it's 80 proof. It is on the higher end.
but look up the crystal. So just the drink itself is 80 proof. We're looking up the crystals because I never looked up the crystals. I just kind of drank the drink just because I drank.
I suppose that's so fucking wrong. Doesn't really say.
The crystals are supposed to be like 200 proof.
Holy
So
fuck.
the drink itself is 80%.
Okay, so at the bottom of a bottle of Aftershock, there are alcohol crystals that are supposed to be like 200 proof. That is intense.
Yeah.
Taking a shot of that is like taking a shot of fucking Everclear.
Yeah.
That is insane. Holy shit.
But also, this thing here says, so what is the alcohol for the crystals, right? I don't know if it's for more things for Japanese. Okay, whatever. So a bottle of original Crystal Head vodka, introduced Southern California in 2008, alcohol by volume 40% to
80 proof.
80 proof, right? So, you know, if you think about it, it kind of adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, the alcohol is not going to rise. It's going to kind of settle.
Bottom.
It's going to settle. So, you know, my theory is you can take this however you want it. But if the longer the bottle sits, the higher the content of alcohol in that crystal.
Holy fuck.
So you could be taking anywhere between 200 to whatever proof. 100 to whatever proof. Well, realistically, if the bottle's 80%, if it's freshly made,
Right.
the crystals will relatively, you know, be the
80%
same.
or 80 proof, yeah.
So if it's sitting over a year, it could well be over 160 proof.
That is insane. That shit's crazy. I can't even right now.
No, but I'll tell you what.
The amount of alcoholic drinks, the amount of different things I've learned from just by myself doing this podcast, right? I've learned so many different alcohols. And it's insane. Like, we're doing this podcast for you guys to be able to hear our ratings so you can try different alcohols. But being able to experience these different types of drinks and the flavors and the ingenuity in each one of these, like this aftershock stuff, like the fact that they have crystals at the bottom of it is just, and it's like 200 proof, like it's different. It's weird and it's not, and it's cool. And it's great to know about the ingenuity and the shit that goes into alcohol. And I feel like fucking this time next year, I'm going to have so much experience in the alcoholic world. It's not even funny.
I would say this, right? The incinerator, right? It has a lot of heat, a lot of cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Aftershock is really sweet, a lot of cinnamon, and not so much heat. The aftershock, I will say this right now. And I can, 100% honesty. Aftershock has more heat, more intensity, and more cinnamon than, I'm talking about just the shot itself, than incinerator.
Damn.
And I do recommend, if you like your heat, your intensity, and your cinnamon, aftershock is the way it goes. Because one, I would take one shot before. My stepdad used to give it to me. Mm-hmm. He would force drink. Me and my wife would go up there occasionally. And as soon as we get there, he'd be like, here's your shots. Take it.
Oh, damn.
And, I would throw it back. My wife would be 50-50, be like...
Hesitant,
Yeah, hesitant, right? And she would want to drink it and whatnot. And she would drink it. She caves under peer pressure. It's good and all, but my thing is she doesn't drink like I do. So when she takes that shot, when she's toasted after that shot, she is toasted.
Fuck. That's how my wife is. She takes one shot of anything. It can be water and she thinks it's tequila and she's gone. Like, she'll fucking, any shot of anything, she's fucking gone. Yeah,
but after the years of being married, she kind of built up that tolerance and realized, okay, well, I'm coming here. I know I'm going to take a shot. And, she likes to drink, but not like as heavy as I do. And so she would take the shot and she'd be still fine. And she would drink one of her, she likes wine coolers.
Oh,
She'll she'll drink a wine cooler, like a whole wine cooler and a half maybe, and be done. But she likes the wine, she likes the aftershock taste, except for the fact that it's so harsh.
Mm-hmm.
And well, coming from someone that drinks a lot of, beer and, used to taking a lot of alcohol content.
Your tolerance is a lot more than hers.
Higher than hers, yeah. I can take it. So when we would talk about it, we talked about it one night. She was like, yeah, I like it. It's good. It's a lot of cinnamon flavor, and I love cinnamon. But after, a shot, a wine cooler or a beer, she's done. I'll take a shot, 2-3 shots, right? And yeah, I'll be drunk, but I'll still be drinking beer between them all. And, after the last shot I'll take, I still drink beer. I do at the end of the story, I do recommend Aftershock if you haven't tried it, to experience it. And
it'd be a great experience. It really would be.
Yeah.
It's different. Same with Incinerator. It's a different alcoholic beverage. Same with IPAs. If you've never had an IPA, different experiences. Just all different types of alcohols. It's great being able to do this because I really get to go through just about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a new beer doing this shit, Voodoo Ranger, our sponsor. Not our sponsor, it was a joke.
My dad likes to drink liquor and harder stuff. Mm-hmm. Like IPAs, right? I drink the basic stuff. My dad has a whole, I should not. You think about a bookshelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big and whatnot.
But it's full of liquor.
It's full of liquor. And
kind of how mine's going.
He likes the ryes. He's like, he separates them into how they are made.
Okay.
And he got me onto one of the things, like, I don't know if you're the same way, but cream shots, like cream. So they have a shot,
like cum.
What I would call, yeah. So I went to the ABC store one day, and with a couple of my buddies, the ones I used to live with, and I got this shot, liquor. I can't remember the name of it, but we gave it the nickname the cum shot. It tasted like, I want to say vodka.
Okay.
But it had that heat, but it didn't have that intensity.
Okay.
But I'll be damn, it was good. And every time we would be ready for a shot, I'd be like, hey, yo, you ready for a cum shot?
Jesus.
And we had a couple friends over that didn't know what the fuck cum shot was, and they're like, yo, the fuck.
Like, all right, guys, look, we're not into this shit. We're straight.
Exactly.
Damn.
And so we introduced them into the cum shot of the liquor that I got from the ABC store. And they were just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie.
It's just kind of busting.
It's busting. I don't like how you say cum shot, but it's busting.
Damn.
But the liquor variety or society is so big.
Oh,
compared to the beer society, even including the IPAs and to the common beer, Bud Light, Budweiser.
And it's just more delicate to me, at least in my opinion. It's more delicate when it comes to whiskey and the mixing of shit and the ingredients that goes into it. Exactly. It absolutely is. And I love, like, if I'm having a beer, I'm just chilling. I'm just mowing the lawn, or I'm fucking doing something specific. But when I'm having a whiskey on ice, like, I'm doing something fucking, like, I don't know. It's specific moods for me, But, well, this was good. Fucking.
I recommend the Incinerator because.
Absolutely. That shit was good. That shit was busted.
It wasn't too to the point where you're like, yo, like this shit's disgusting.
No, not at all.
My stomach can handle
It
it
was
because, hey, I'm telling you right now, if my stomach can handle it on some IPAs and just being introduced to IPAs, I'm telling you right now, your
stomach can get used to it.
your stomach will handle it.
Your stomach is good. Yeah. Now for the torpedoes, how would you rate them on a drunkenness scale?
Well, coming from drinking 4.9 beers every day to 7.2.
Now, when you rate this, before you say your rating,
Yeah, go ahead.
before you rate this, you also got to put in the factor of the flavor. Now, how fast can you drink this compared, with the flavor that it has?
For someone coming from drinking, the basic beers, Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors Light, whatever, all that kind of stuff, right? I would consider this into a sipping beer. You casual, you hanging out with some friends, whatnot, because it's a good beer. It has a lot of what's it, hops?
Hops.
A lot of hops, right? It's gonna take some getting used to, but I do recommend this beer if you want to try to get into IPAs and whatnot. I would recommend it. I wouldn't jump right into it just because it does have a lot of
Definitely
hops.
start with Voodoo Ranger.
Yes.
It doesn't have as many hops.
Because he introduced me to Voodoo Ranger. Great beer, loved it. Can I ask you more? Yeah, give or take, the Voodoo Ranger, that I started with, what was it, 9%?
9%.
It was 9%, and this one's only 7.2. But the difference is, from what I've learned today, is that this one that we have is 7.2. It has more hop.
Mm-hmm.
So it has a different aftertaste. After a couple of drinks, it has a different aftertaste. But I do recommend starting with Voodoo Ranger. But I wouldn't go too heavy. I wouldn't chug it. I wouldn't, straight down it. I would sip on it and
I want to tornado that bitch. Yeah.
I would enjoy the beer.
The flavor and everything.
And the flavor. So
it's not a beer to shotgun or shit like that. As for Twisted Teas.
Yeah. So for the flavor of this, I would give it, after a while of drinking it, enjoying it, I would give it, I started with what? 6.5.
6.5, yeah.
6.5%, rating. Honestly, I would give it probably, a solid 7.5, 8.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's for the flavor, not the how
flavor.
drunk it gets you?
The flavor.
Okay.
Because I actually, after a while of drinking it,
You kind of got used to it.
You get used to the hops. You get used to.
You also got to remember that the drunker you get, the less you taste.
Yeah.
It's another thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So I would rate it. I mean, if you're saying 7.5 to 8, when you start with 6.5, I'd give it like a 7 or a 7.5.
I started 7, meet in the middle.
7.3 out of 10. 7.3 out of 10. That's what I would suggest on your rating, because you got to remember, you're getting drunk off of it.
Yeah.
You may be tipsy, you may be drunk, whatever the deal is. But I remember when on my birthday, going back on this, I was downing shit. People were just giving me shots, and I asked for the strongest shot, and I took that bitch, and I was like, I don't fucking taste anything, because you don't taste shit when you're drunk. You could eat dog shit. You wouldn't. No, yeah, you'd probably throw it, but
yeah,
same time. It's the same. But yeah, for me, on the drunkenness scale of how drunk I got off of this, 7.5, solid 7.5, 7.2%. The flavor I could drink. I'm okay with hops. I like hops. 7.5 out of 10 for drinking this. It's not bad. It's not bad. Was this like more on the expensive end or cheap end?
A 12 pack was under $19.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad. For drunkenness, for me, right, considering my past, drinking 4.9 and getting drunk maybe after, 6-7 beers or, half a case, realistically, I'd I'll probably go with a solid 7, 7.5, maybe potentially 8, depending on how
7.5.
depending on how you feel that day, right?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't drink the night before or really heavily, so it kind of took its toll.
Course. Yeah.
Its course, yeah. So a 7.5 would be ideal for somebody that's, drinking the basic beer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're drinking IPAs on a daily basis and that's one of your go-to drinks,
And your liquor and shit like that,
your
you're
liquor,
gonna have
yeah.
a high tolerance.
you got a higher tolerance.
Yeah.
So I would, with what you're saying, I would have to agree. Because this is honestly the first time drinking really IPAs like this and introducing a shot.
Yeah. You gotta add that in too. You gotta shot in with it. If you take out the little bit of the shot, I would agree on the drunkenness. Yeah, 7.5, 7.5 to 7.
Yeah,
absolutely. It wasn't bad, but it seems, in my opinion, what I've seen and what I have the experience with, it's more of an off-brand type of our IPA, but at the same time, it seems like a good IPA. It does seem like a good IPA. It's not off-brand, like fucking off-brand Walmart white bread.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that. It seems a higher standard. But in between the Walmart great value white bread and the fucking Nature's Own or whatever the fuck white bread, it's a decent beer.
It honestly is. I can't disagree. I can't disagree at all. Cause I'm gonna say this now. I actually enjoyed this beer.
Good.
And
Well, we have more.
I hope
While we're grilling steaks, we got 6 more.
6 more. Hey.
And then we also got the Voodoo Rangers. We got plenty of beer.
Oh yeah.
And once we get the Voodoo Rangers, then I don't know where we're at. But thankfully, if we get a hold of the Voodoo Rangers, we're in this house. So.
Oh, good thing my kid's already up somewhere.
But this was a good experience. Thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking fucking Zach's spot because he wants to be a pussy hole and go on vacation. But this is coming out a little bit later. This isn't going to be released on the normal Saturday morning like it usually is. This is going to be released probably on Monday or Tuesday as you're seeing this. Just because I ended up getting like COVID type. But not, well, we did. We both did. We had fucking... We got tested and we weren't positive for it, but I got sick as fuck. He got kind of sick. I was dying. Couldn't record a podcast.
Do they even know about our history?
What history?
Us working together?
Oh, no. That's for another podcast.
Okay,
though. We can bring that up another podcast. So make sure y'all fucking join in for the other podcast and shit. He's going to be a guest again or a call in. Whatever the deal may be.
Trust me, this is not the last time y'all see me.
Clearly he enjoyed his time.
Yeah. What's the Irish saying? Cheerio.
Cheerio, Dad.
Cheerio, wait.
And thanks for coming in to the Hangover Hotline. Thanks to our guests for being here. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you check us out. If you're on YouTube, check us out on Spotify. Look at the links below. You see my TikTok. You'll see other shit going on. If you want to see behind the scenes type shit, jump on our TikTok. I'm a little fucking intoxicated. Jump in my TikTok. I'm literally live right now. I go live every single time we're recording a podcast, so you guys can see behind the scenes, and also I post TikToks of behind the scenes type shit. He posts TikToks. His TikTok will be underneath in the bio. If you're on Spotify, go to YouTube, type in Hangover Hotline. There's only like one other channel that uses the same name, and they have like one video, and they don't exist. So you'll see it's pretty easy. Not hard to find. Jump in there, subscribe. Fucking, if you're watching this right now, if you're still watching it, make sure the subscribe button, that bell icon, like the video, get this out there more. We're really enjoying doing this. We're giving fucking alcoholic reviews. I haven't ever seen that done on a podcast. So you can really experience the flavor and how drunk it gets us by the end of the podcast, and you can actually witness it yourself. So again, Thanks for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you do all that good shit. Fucking D-bad motherfuckers. And catch
Fuck
you in the
you.
next one. Yeah. Pussy holes.
Pussy farts.